I remember speaking earlier about people having their priorities wrong. If you come buy recommended books, and then you don't have a laptop, and you have an iPhone 16, something that the lecturer doesn't even use. Myself, for example, I use iPhone 12. But some of my students, you see them using
but in your case,
iPhone 16.
in your case, it's just a matter of choice. You just don't want the iPhone 16.
Yeah, it's a priority. That's not my priority.
You prefer your iPhone. Is it 10 or 11?
I think it's 12.
It's 12, okay.
Yes, it's not a priority
Let me
for
have
me.
a look. It's not, it doesn't look bad at all.
Yes, yes.
But how many years have you been using this?
It's actually quite long. Usually, it's actually my wife's phone.
That's your wife's phone.
She usually uses it, and I take the old one when she upgrades. So a phone is actually not just my priority.
Yeah.
So probably I'll add the student.
Change the cover.
I will change the
It looks
cover.
old.
Okay. The point I want to make is that some of the students...
when I look at the vehicle you're driving as against this cover, I mean, there's a mismatch. You know,
because phone is not
mismatch.
Phone is not a priority.
Okay.
So while some students struggle financially,
Yes.
others probably are not struggling financially. They just get their priority wrong. So if I'm such a student, instead of having iPhone 16 and can afford to buy the recommended textbooks, I will probably go for the recommended textbooks.
But their parents are buying them these iPhones.
I doubt
You have a problem with that?
Such parents should also ensure that they have the textbooks.
Okay.
If they have both, I don't have a problem.
Okay.
It's where the priorities is wrong. Where they have iPhone 16 and do not have the recommended textbooks, where we have problem.
Okay.
Some of the students have cars, and I suspect parents have bought
Some of the
those
cars are
cars for
expensive,
them.
eh? Very
Sorry?
expensive. Some of them are driving
Yeah,
very
quite
expensive
much more
cars.
expensive. But if you have a car and you don't have the recommended textbook, what sense does that make?
Yeah.
I mean, the priorities is just wrong. But I know the reason why you're asking me this question.
Oh, no, don't worry.
Okay.
No, I just want to know whether,
Yes.
have you had cause to ever express concern about how your students dress to class?
Yes.
With, both boys and girls?
Yes, clearly yes. So let me make something clear. In terms of the law school, we don't really have much a problem.
I'm told you guys have there's a code.
There's
a dress code.
A dress code.
For law.
Yes, yes.
For law.
So they wear white top and a prescribed bottoms.
Okay.
Either a trouser or a skirt, depending on the gender. I think male usually wear, what do you call it? A trousers, and then the girls will wear skirts. But I'm not sure whether girls are generally not allowed to wear trousers. I'm not sure about that. Because trouser is becoming a unisex. But the non-law students is where I think there's a problem.
Okay.
I had the opportunity of teaching the non-law students legal environment in business. And the way some of them dress is really, really bad.
Really?
Yes, you just have to teach them. You just have to be there to experience it. I remember my second year in the university, I had to actually ask some students to go to the back because I could see their panties.
What?
Yes, when you are teaching, you could see the panties.
Yeah, but how can you see the person? Okay, so
I'm standing in front of them in the podium teaching,
Yes.
and the students are sitting over there. The skirts is so short that you could just see their panties.
really?
Yes, yes.
But why
My
did you?
student will tell you, I ask a student, and sometimes I just tell the student, go to the back and sit. You should have been told.
Why
how
don't you
to
drive
sit.
them away instead of asking the person to go and sit at the back?
Well, I don't think I have that ultimate authority to drive them away.
Because
But-
you can't escape that
Yes.
which you say you don't want to see.
Yes.
Especially if you have to go around the class and
Yeah.
maybe interact with the student. You still see the very thing that you're avoiding.
But the harm is so, the evil that I try to cure will still be reduced if I ask the student to move away. Because other students do not stand in front of them. But as I stand in front of them, I could see. Also, cleavage, you can see that some of the dressing is just inappropriate. And aside this, I remember when COVID-19, I joined them when COVID-19 was just coming to an end. And I had the opportunity of teaching online classes. That's when you just see the bad aspect of it.
Yes.
I've been teaching students who were lying in their bed
Right.
with their 90s.
Yes.
When in fact the university regulation says that even though you're at home, you still have to appear as a student. I've had experience of students putting the earphones and going into shower.
Hey!
And the shower will just be disturbing the class. Yeah, the online classes.
Really?
Yes, yes. And
This
the
is very
good
bad.
news about Zoom is that it can tell you the particular student. Yes, Zoom can highlight and tell you the particular students. You see that? So, shower, I've heard parents, when you ask them, find an appropriate place to sit to listen to the online classes. I've heard parents telling students that if you do not go to the market today, you're not going to eat today.
Wow.
Yes. So, and you have to remember that UPSA, I don't know about other universities. UPSA is a professional school. The background had always been professional. So we want to prepare students who are fit for their professions. As soon as you finish, you are going to your profession straight away. So I believe the dress code is part and parcel. I've heard a number of people who have criticized the memo being released by the university. I don't know whether it was meant for public consumption or it was just given to students and lecturers and it leaked into the media. But I don't think...
It is the latter.
Okay.
It wasn't meant for the public.
Okay, so I don't think there's nothing inappropriate of the school reminding the students the need to appear professional. And it is not just UPSA that is doing it. Before coming to the UPSA, I used to lecture at SOAS, and I've also lectured at Queen Mary. They have a dress code, not just for students, but lecturers as well. So if lecturers are largely abiding by the dress code, what stops students? We are not asking students, the university authorities are not asking students to wear hijab or to wear burqa or to dress in a particular way. All that they are asking for is to dress modestly. And you have to also remember that, especially our first years, they are just coming from secondary school. Some of them, their mind is not yet mature. They can easily get distracted by the opposite gender. So if they ask you to dress appropriately, I don't think what is wrong with that. So people who have issues about it, some of them have argued that the universities are getting their priorities wrong. And I don't know what are the priorities. I think dress code should be one of the priorities.
But look at this. This is a beautiful dress.
So that's a law school.
Oh, that's a law school.
Law students, yes.
Oh, okay.
So
these are not the ones who are giving you the problems.
No, you can see
see
it's almost like a uniform.
Yes,
so this is the law school.
Okay.
They say that.
So you're fine with this?
Yes, there's nothing wrong with this. They dress modestly. You see that?
But the one, you see, from your right. So
yes.
Okay, so her skirt is fine. The
That
length
is right.
of her skirt is fine.
So let's get this right.
Okay.
Largely, majority of the students dress modestly.
Okay.
Let's get that right.
Okay.
The few bad nut one is the one we are
talking about.
Coming to class and showing off your cleavage or breast everywhere among your fellow students. I mean, it's just inappropriate.
Oh, I just thought it was just panties. Now you're saying breast too?
No, I said I was telling you my personal experience.
They come to your class,
yes,
and
as
show,
well as
show
people
their
showing off their breasts as well. Yes,
yeah, but you haven't encountered that yet.
No, yes.
Where your student is showing her cleavage?
Yes, it's very clear. Yes.
Really?
I mean, if you see the need for...
Yeah, but you shouldn't care about that. I know how spiritually strong you are. You shouldn't be bothered with those things.
If you are spiritually strong, you don't bother people dressing indecently?
Well, that's not really a problem. You can talk
I talk people who are really conservative. I would probably call myself a liberal.
Okay.
Yes, if you are doing that outside, it's not a problem. But Ghana is still a conservative
No, I'm saying that you can talk to the students after class, or you would rather want to let the students
It's not my job. My primary job is to lecture. The university have every responsibility to remind students about the dress code. You sign and accept the dress code before you join the university.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But is it so? I want to understand something.
Yeah.
Are you asking the student to dress properly because you have a difficulty with what the person is wearing? As in, you're struggling to concentrate and focus on what you're doing, or it is for the sake and the good of that same person?
So let me make this clear. Your question tried to. I'm not sure whether I fully appreciate your question.
No,
I am not the one asking them to dress whichever way.
No, I'm saying that as a lecturer.
I'm not here on behalf of the university.
No, I get that. But I'm saying
Yes.
that, so I'm talking to you as a lecturer.
As a lecturer, yes.
If a student comes to your class,
Okay.
and she's wearing a short skirt,
Okay.
her panties are showing. I don't
Yes.
know what type of panties you see.
Yes.
But her panties are showing.
Yes.
I'm saying that, is it that you have a difficulty concentrating on lecturing?
Okay.
And that's why you would say, please go to the back,
Okay.
or, and go sit at the back.
Okay.
Or you would ask her to leave there and go and sit somewhere because
Yeah.
you want her to change from I mean, you wanted to reform,
yes.
basically. That's
So-
the question.
So even if you look at our laws,
Okay.
we've got something we call obscenity,
Okay.
which is still form part of our law,
Right.
or indecent exposures. It's still part of our law.
Okay.
And as I said, we are a conservative society.
Right.
We have certain values we want people to project.
Right.
It's part of the Ghanaian values that you need to project yourself in this particular image.
Okay.
And sometimes the way you even present yourself for an interview can determine whether somebody should give you the job or not. Look at the private sector. Are you telling me that if you were to go to a private person to be interviewed for a job, let's assume it's a family business, and the wife is sitting down there and his spouse is sitting down over there, and you can't dress indecently with your breasts exposed, are you likely to get that job offer?
Well, some of them get the job through that.
No, my experience with watching Ghanaian and Nigerian movies
Yes.
will tell me that the other spouse will disagree, that your mission is not here to contribute toward the productivity of the company. Your mission is to come and take over their husband. Because we have certain values we need to project.
Yeah, but tell me,
These are Ghanaian values.
What's the nexus between
Yes.
a dress code
Yes.
and the person's academic, how do you call it, performance, or the person's ability to be competent at what they do, if they end up whatever they intend to go?
Imora,
What's the nexus?
You have to remember that there might not be a relationship to it.
Yes.
Yes, we want people to perform well academically. But we also want people to project certain professional image.
Okay.
Academic performance alone is not enough
Right.
to get you a job.
Right.
You need to project a particular image.
Right.
And the image you project over there, I mean, it even tells you the kind of family you come from.
Right.
As well as the university will also want such products who can present themselves professionally to be associated with the university.
So if I am an MD, and I
Yes.
say that, well, this person who has applied for a job,
Okay.
it's not somebody whose dressing I'm particularly excited about, but the person is. I look at the person's CV,
Yeah.
and after interviewing the person, I can tell that this person is fit for the job.
Yes.
And I allow the person to work
Yes.
with that kind of dress code.
Yes.
And the person turns out to be my best employee.
Yeah.
What do I do to that employee? Do I sack the employee or ask them to dress properly? What? I mean, if the person tells me, no, this is what makes me feel comfortable,
Okay.
and the person is your best employee, I mean, your best performing employee, what do you do?
I think tomorrow every company in Ghana will need to project certain image.
Right.
Goodwill is also good business.
Okay.
If you look at when you are selling a company, usually goodwill take a chunk of it. So I am sure that every company will have a particular professional image they can project.
Okay.
Perhaps they would employ you, but they will tell you this is our dress code.
Okay.
Maybe the way you are dressed may not be acceptable. And if you want the job, you will adjust to meet the job requirement.
Okay.
And as you said, the university has I can see in the memo, the reminder student of 2018 policy.
Yes.
And before you join, you are asked to sign that you will largely abide by it. So what they are saying is that you shouldn't dress that way on campus.
Okay.
But if you leave campus, you dress that way, that is left to you for you and your family. But what I'm saying is that what the university is asking people to do is not, it's within the Ghanaian culture.
I agree.
Ghanaian culture requires that we dress modestly.
No, I get it. Don't look, and viewers, don't. I hope you don't misunderstand me. I'm just playing the devil's advocate. I'm not taking any stance on this. And I think that people should dress properly.
Yes.
Because whether you like it or not, even in our workplaces,
Yes.
there are some people whose dressing, for me,
Yeah.
is that bad.
Okay.
And I feel it's because for a very long time, nobody's actually called them to order.
To order. Okay.
And so they take that same attitude which they have exhibited since childhood. They take that to their corporate environment. And
Yes.
so, yes, I get where you're coming from. And it is not everybody who is that disciplined.
Disciplined,
You know, I mean,
yeah.
I know it doesn't matter, even if a woman stands naked in front of you and the person is a student, you will survive it. But some people will not be able to survive it.
Okay.
Because I know you're a sheikh. The last time I checked, you're a sheikh. And so you are that morally, spiritually strong. You know,
I'm actually a Libra shake.
you are tough, you know, but there are some people who struggle,
Yeah.
naturally.